Hey Eurovision fans, Montenegro are returning to the Eurovision family in 2025 and will be represented by Nina ŽiŽić singing Dobrodošli. I'm going to listen back to the live performance and see what strategy could Montenegro come up with to break that non-qualification streak. So let's kiki. Hi, my name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So this is not the first time that I have seen this song. I did my reaction video to Monte song this year, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was a good quality national final. As you may know, there was a lot of Monte drama this year. A lot of stuff happened after the show, which was originally won by Neo, but then they withdrew and Nina's replaced them. I'm not going to talk about that here because I already talked about it in my Eurovision news episode. So go check that out if you want to get up to speed on all of the latest Montenegrin drama. First of all, let's talk a little bit about Nina. She's an 80s child, so really cool representing those people in their 30s at Eurovision. Go Nina. And she's been to Eurovision before. She performed for Montenegro in 2013, but she was an unaccredited artist. Now, I don't know why they didn't put her in. The band was called Husi. The song was Igranka. They came 12th. They just missed out in qualifying, but she sang a lot in that song, but for some reason it wasn't featuring Nina ŽiŽić. So that's kind of cool that she's getting her moment now to actually have her name up. It should have been up in 2013 as well. Not sure why that didn't happen, but yeah, retribution for Nina. The song is called Dobrodošli, which means welcome. Am I saying it right? Who knows? I practiced a little bit on Google Translate before I filmed this video. Montenegrins will tell me if I'm getting it right. I don't know if I have any Montenegrin followers. And I'm going to be reacting to her live performance from Monte song. Not sure if they will allow me to play it or not, but if I do need to change the audio, I'll put the original up onto my Patreon. Main thing we're looking for here is what is happening in the first minute of this performance. It's going to be really, really important with a slower song to grab people's attention. So I'm looking at, are they keeping people engaged? Are they sparking intrigue in that first 30-40 seconds? This is Nina ŽiŽić, Dobrodošli, wanna know my secret bang? Nice beginning actually, some nice light play there. And her outfit's very pretty. This kind of like very beautiful bassy female vocal I associate with the Balkans. And the veil does add a little bit of mystery, a little bit of intrigue, what's going to happen. And she's got the choreo, okay. Some of those LEDs are good. I think something needs to be happening a little bit more than this. It's not terrible, but just a bit more invigorating. The choreography just like a little bit too rehearsed. Maybe just get it to flow a bit more. Song-wise, nothing's really happened now. So this could come in the revamp. Singing beautifully though. And the veil's off already. A little bit early. She's got great intensity. It's a bit too over choreographed. They just need to calm it down a little bit because it's looking too rigid. Make it a little bit more flowing between positions. And maybe just save a little bit of intensity for later. Now she's already a little bit frantic. Maybe gives a little bit more allure and mystery early on. Okay, the figures come in the background is cool though, giving a little bit of intrigue. I think color palette wise, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, the melody doesn't have a huge hook in it. The song's got a great vibe, but there's no like real obvious standout vocal hook. This would be a great time for something to happen now. A monster comes onto the stage or something. During these like big notes. Beautiful vocals though. We don't need to worry about her or the vocals at all. It's other things we need to worry about. Okay, I like that words coming on. That's actually cool. Yeah, just a little bit of choreography. Her dress is doing a lot of work, but I like the dress all the way through. I thought that said Nescafe. Oh god, it does look a little bit like Nescafe. Not sponsored. Yeah. She's wonderful. I have absolutely no qualms with her whatsoever. Let's talk a little bit about this now. There seems to be this thing that ballads can't qualify. Of course ballads can qualify. Dawn's last year qualified really well. Lithuania, Monica Nikite. We had Alika qualifying with a ballad. The ballads definitely can. One thing I'll say about all those countries is they have pretty good qualification records, whereas Montenegro don't. They've got this 6 non-qualification streak. Montenegro have tons of time. They have 5 months, probably pushing it. They've got a lot of months to make changes to elevate the staging, revamp the song. I believe it has been confirmed that there will be a revamp of the song, which is fantastic. Song written by Darko Dimitrov, who is a fantastic producer. I'm hoping he just add a little bit more interest into the melody. I've got no hook, so I'm hoping there'll be an instrumental hook line in the background, a little bit more in that first 30-40 seconds. I just feel that first 34 seconds, they're going to lose so many people because nothing really happens. It's a lot of atmospheric, bassy singing, not enough going on to grab people. People can't qualify with ballads, but you need to be super, super strategic, and that song is not currently strategic for me. They're going to lose too many people in the first minute. Doesn't matter if she's got perfect big notes at the end, if everybody's left the room or switched off, or the producers think it's so boring that they put it at the start of the show because they're like, we don't want to put a drag later on in the show. They'll put her second or third. So she needs to up it so that the producers get more excited, so that they'll want to put her later. Or she can just hope to get second half. Even if you get second half, you can get dumped after the ad break sometimes. Nina is such a great singer. They can really push the limits of vocal. There needs to be something in the first minute that's more grabbing musically. Very worrisome that this came 4th in the televote in Montenegro. And it's a televote only semi-final. So this did not even come top 3 in its own smaller, lower quality. Of course, the national final is lower quality than an actual semi-final. And that was with some name recognition. So definitely feel that this has got some great ingredients in it. Her, she's the best thing. She's going to be so solid on stage. She's been to Eurovision before. That performance was excellent. Great intensity. Beautiful vocals. She's going to sing it perfectly. You don't need to worry about her voice breaking or issues with the mic. She's going to nail it. I just think the choreography looks a little bit too like, I'm doing nothing slam, I'm doing nothing bam. It just is got a little bit less of a flow in it. I'd like a little bit more flow. Feels like a mismatch with the song. Staging wise, yeah, just more exciting stuff. Black and white. I think even just having a couple of pops in color can just help this out a little bit. Maybe some like icy blues, or if they want to go for like an autumnal theme, they could go for some beautiful reds and browns. I think some pops of color would just add on a little bit more excitement. Monica Nikite had people coming onto the stage, and there's wonderful kind of pagan style visuals. Alika had the playing piano, and she moved around a lot, and I felt her song was stronger. I think all of those ballad examples I gave, the songs had more hook in them, or more interesting. There's going to be 16 countries. They need to stand out. They've got work to do. Not even the Montenegrins responded to this, and they understood the words. People at home aren't going to understand the words. Speaking of that, I think the language should stay the same. I think it adds a little bit of mystery to it. I don't know what extra there's going to be from translating the lyrics, really. Costume-wise, I love what she's wearing. Actually, I probably wouldn't change that. You know, level it up a little bit. Go even more cool. But yeah, I like that white, very dramatic. I like the kind of angular shapes of it. And then on stage, we just need some sort of a story. There were some cool moments. I like the bit with the writing where it said Nescafe. And I like some of the shadows of people behind it, but we just need to level it up. I think if you gave this package to the delegations who've shown previously that they just know how to cross the line, Lithuania, Sweden, Norway, Ukraine, these countries who just have incredible qualification streaks, they would work out how to make this exciting, exhilarating to get this through to the final. So do I think this is going to qualify? I would say no. Keep in mind we have one song. Festival of Conquest is happening now, so we'll have 2 songs later, but they might not even be in the semi-final. A lot of strategy is needed. Are Montenegro good strategy-wise? They haven't shown us that to us yet. Having said that, last year Don's Latvia were on a 6 non-qualification streak and they went through. So it's not impossible. We have Montenegro on a non-qualification streak. They haven't been in the final since 2015. I don't think they have a lot of money. If you look at their staging during all that time, it doesn't have anything particularly expensive in it. I think they are one of the countries with one of the smallest budgets in Eurovision, it seems to me. Moldova don't have a big budget and they're still able to convert many of their songs into qualifications. So it's not only about money. If you look at everything on paper right now, you would say this is a non-qualification. But I don't think this is absolutely no hoper. Obviously, if it's the only ballad in its semi-final and it draws second half, there are lots of elements that could come in with luck. Also, we're going to have the pot system. In case you don't know, the semi-finals are allocated by pots. Montenegro will be in a pot with other countries in the southeast of Europe. 3 of them will go into one semi, 3 into the other. That means Montenegro will have 2 friends who will give them either 12 or 10 points. So if they get Serbia and Croatia, for example, that's 20, 22 or 24 points. Now, we've only had this televote only system in the semi-finals for 2 years. but I pulled the data and I basically worked out that on average you need 51.4 points to qualify to the final. That can be as low as 39 points or as high as 74 points. But yeah, let's say it's somewhere around 50. If Montenegro are starting off with 24 points from their two friends, they just need to get another 24 or so points from other people. So yeah, it needs to be more striking, more beautiful, maybe put some extra people on stage. Again, I don't know if they can afford that. So this has got a shot, but in its current state, I would say it's like very sure non-qualifier. After the song revamp, staging revamp, choreography revamp, how well they do those jobs depends how far up it's going to jump, plus their luck in the draw, plus how good are the songs this year. Are we going to get 10 ballads in the semi-final? In that case, it's gone. Or is she going to be the only ballad? In which case, woo, party. Now, if this does make the final, it's going to do very well with the juries because her vocals are fantastic. The beautiful bassy vocal at the start going into the huge notes at the end. They're definitely going to appreciate that. So it's just getting over that very difficult hurdle that they've fallen at 6 times in a row to get themselves into the final, then they've got a chance. But I gotta emphasize, I am really rooting for Nina and the Montenegrin team. I feel like there's a lot of weight behind this qualification this year because, you know, Montenegro were gone for 2 years because of financial problems. They had all these problems with Montesson this year. I think also adding in a non-qualification might just push them out of the contest again. So I feel a lot is riding on this. And I feel like getting to the final and getting a good jury score keeps Montenegro in for next year. Whereas coming 15th or 16th in the semi-final, I don't think we'll see them next year. Most countries, they don't qualify, doesn't matter, they come back next year, who cares? Denmark are on a 4 non-qualification streak, no talk about them pulling out at all. Different countries are in different situations, unfortunately. So I'm massively rooting for them. I really hope that they can demonstrate a strategic approach that we haven't seen for them in recent years. Focus on that televote in the semifinals. That is all that you care about. You know you're going to get your 20 to 24 points from your friends. Why not target the Nordics? Or target some other people in your semifinal. When the list comes out at the end of January, pick out 3-4 countries and say, okay, what do these people respond to? Maybe share the staging in a focus group or something like that. I'm talking about stuff that's very expensive, but you know what I mean? Get feedback from people in those countries. What type of staging do they enjoy? How can I cater this to them? Just a little bit. Just be a little bit strategic in who is your audience. And I think that if they do all of that, with a little bit of luck, we might see Montenegro in the grand final for the first time since 2015. Okay, so that's what I thought about Nina ŽiŽić singing Dobrodošli. What did you think? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. What do you think she needs to do in her staging to bring up the energy? Thank you so much to those who've been supporting me on Buy Me Coffee and PayPal. And of course, thank you to all my wonderful patrons who are patronizing me from all around the world. If you want to join my Patreon, you can do a 1-week free trial. There's a link in the description. But of course, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye. Boop, 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 boop.